We're seeing how extreme heat is fueling some of the hottest days ever here in Canada and around the world. Well, heat waves are now being detected in the ocean. New research this morning aimed at gauging climate change shows sea temperatures are the highest ever recorded. Peter Armstrong is in our bureau in London with the details of this new study. Peter, good morning.
Good morning, Heather. This report's actually really simple, right? So scientists kind of take a series of temperature readings around the world, and they try to get a global average surface temperature to give them a sense of how the total global oceans are doing. And today that number came in at 20.96. And to me and you, that probably doesn't mean much. But, you know, if you went back a couple of decades and told the people who've been measuring sea temperatures for all of these years that that's where we would be by today, they'd be shocked. You know, sea surface temperatures, they've been climbing slowly but steadily for all these years. You know, it's been about, I think they say about a third of a degree every 10 years. But this number today is kind of shockingly high. It's the highest we've ever seen. It eclipsed the last record, goes back to 2016. And, you know, I think a lot of us sort of think of the oceans as these enormous interrelated systems that are kind of not quite, but almost immune to human activities. But researchers have been yelling from the rooftops for years now that that's simply not the case.
People's perspective is that the ocean, you know, it's so big, it's so vast that it can buffer, you know, anything that humanity can throw at it. And the reality is that's not the case. That, you know, everything has its niche within the ocean, and it's incredibly easy to break that niche and influence it and upset it.
One of the places where we're seeing that upset, the accelerating damage from these record ocean temperatures, that's the Gulf of Mexico off the Florida Keys, Peter. And what are researchers in this study warning about the wider threats as the sea temperature increases?
I mean, you've been reporting on this phenomenon basically all summer. And if you think of the oceans as these giant regulators, you know, they bring heat to the cold areas, they cool down the hotter regions. They're almost like a global HVAC system. And, you know, imagine, if your air conditioner broke down this summer, you know, things get pretty messy when the systems break. So a higher sea temperature will accelerate the higher temperatures we're seeing on the land. But, you know, they're also going to fuel storms. We know that the hurricanes and typhoons that we see, those feed off warmer waters. And look at what's been going on off the coast of Florida this summer. You know, the sea surface temperature there clocked in at 38 degrees. We're talking 20.96 is the global average. 38 degrees is what we've seen off the coast of Florida. It's like a hot tub over there. Listen to this local fisherman off the coast of Florida talk about what he's been seeing this summer.
In near shore waters, everything's super, super hot. Up to, as you mentioned, 101 degrees water temperature. I did notice last week driving through the bay, a bunch of dead fish floating. I'm assuming that's definitely from the water temperatures.
And, you know, Heather, we've been seeing these intense typhoons off the coast of Japan just this week. We've seen 3 typhoons in 3 weeks batter this region. The hurricane season in North America is going to be something to watch this year. You know, researchers say it was already starting earlier and lasting longer. These hotter temperatures in the oceans sure won't make any of that any better.